everyone, and welcome. Let's be real. Studying abroad, it's the dream, right? Getting an amazing education, soaking up a whole new culture. But then there's the money, and financing that dream can be a huge hurdle. And that's the big question, isn't it? How do you actually pay for it all and, at the same time, get some of that real-world experience for your resume? It can kind of feel like you're forced to pick one over the other. Well, here's the really good news. You don't actually have to choose. So many top study spots now have policies that let you work part-time while you're there. So what we're going to do is take a little world tour of your best options, and we're starting right in the heart of Europe. Okay, first up, we're heading to the United Kingdom. You know, it's a super popular choice for students from all over, and for good reason. Their system is pretty clear and, honestly, easy to understand. So, the magic number to remember in the UK? It's 20. If you're there on a student visa, you can typically work up to 20 hours a week while school is in session. It's a really smart system, right? It lets you earn some cash, but make sure your studies still come first. So yeah, 20 hours a week during term time. But wait, it gets even better. When you're on your university holidays, you can work full-time. And that is a huge deal. It's a fantastic chance to really save up some money and get some serious work experience under your belt. All right, let's hop across the channel to France. Now, they do things a little differently over there, with a system that's really all about flexibility. See, instead of thinking week by week, France thinks year by year. They give you a grand total of 964 hours that you can work in a single year. And that, well, that opens up a whole different way of managing your time. With that annual limit, you're in the driver's seat. As long as you stay under that 964-hour cap for the year, it's up to you how to use them. You could work a steady few hours every single week, or you could go all in and work a ton during your holiday breaks. The choice is totally yours. Okay, staying in Europe for one more stop, let's head down to beautiful Italy. They also have some great options for students who want to work part-time. Italy also uses that annual hours idea, kind of like France, but their cap is even a little higher, coming in at 1,040 hours for the year. And if you break it down, that's pretty much the same as 20 hours a week. Their policy is actually a bit of a mix. You've got the 20-hour weekly limit during term time, and you can work full-time on holidays, but you also have to keep an eye on that big 1,040-hour total for the year. Oh, and a really important tip for Italy. Always double-check with your specific university because sometimes they have their own local rules. Okay, leaving Europe behind now, let's cross the Atlantic over to Canada. This is pretty exciting because Canada just updated their rules. And honestly, it's fantastic news for students. So here's the deal. The new weekly limit for off-campus work is now 24 hours while your classes are in session. That's a few more hours than in most other countries, which means, a bit more cash in your pocket. And yeah, just like the others, you can go full-time during your scheduled breaks. It's really clear that they designed this to do two things: help you afford your education and let you start building actual Canadian work experience. And that can be a total game changer for your career. All right, buckle up for a long flight. We're heading all the way down to New Zealand. I mean, besides the jaw-dropping scenery, it's known for being super welcoming and really student-friendly. And when it comes to work rules, their policy is going to sound pretty familiar. They stick to that classic 20-hour-a-week limit during the school term. You can also work full-time during the holidays, of course, but what's really cool about New Zealand is that the part-time job market is just strong. It's pretty common for students to find jobs in hospitality, retail, or even as tutors, which makes a real difference when you're managing living costs. For our last stop on this world tour, we're heading to the amazing city of Dubai. Now, you'll want to pay close attention here, because their rules are set up in a totally different way than everywhere else we've been. So in Dubai, it's a bit more structured. First things first, you absolutely need to get a work permit before you start any job. And second, your work is usually limited to these specific areas called free zones. The catch is, each of those zones has its own set of rules you'll have to follow. And just like that, our world tour is done. But before you rush off to update your resume, let's wrap up with a final checklist. These are the 3 things you have to do. Number 1, read the fine print on your specific visa. Number 2, see what your university's own policies are. And number 3, figure out how you're going to balance your job, your classes, and, actually enjoying the experience. Because in the end, that's the real goal, right? This isn't just about making some extra money. It's about making your entire time abroad richer and more meaningful. When you get that balance right, you're not just paying the bills, you're learning new skills and setting the stage for a fantastic career down the line. So, there you have it, a quick look at the amazing opportunities out there to work while you study. It really does open up a whole new world of possibilities, making that dream of studying abroad feel so much more real. So now, the only question is, where will your studies take you?